Sophie Turner knelt beside a sun-warmed picnic table at Alder Ridge Park, a small handful of walnuts resting in her open palm. The late afternoon light filtered through the trees, flickering in soft amber stripes across the grass. A rustle near the trash bin made her glance up. There he was again, the little raccoon, with the unevenly ringed tail and the mask that made him look permanently guilty. He hesitated, paws hovering, nose twitching. "It's just us," Sophie murmured. Her voice was tired but gentle, the kind reserved for creatures who expected nothing. The raccoon inched closer, testing the air. Then, with a trembling little motion, he reached out and accepted a walnut from her hand. His paws were small but strangely delicate. Sophie smiled despite the ache she'd been carrying all week. Feeding him felt like a secret kindness, something that didn't ask her to be cheerful or put together, just present. The raccoon backed away with his prize, disappearing into the brush. Sophie brushed off her hands, unaware that this moment would matter far more than she imagined. By the time she got home, her shoulders slumped with exhaustion. She dropped her grocery bag on the porch, nudged the door shut with her foot, and patted her pockets for her wallet. Card, phone and keys. But not the familiar shape she always kept on her left side. Her stomach clenched. The wallet wasn't just a wallet. It held her hospital ID, required for tomorrow morning's badge check, and a photograph of her mother tucked behind the plastic, forever mid-laugh at a summer fair. Sophie dug through her bag, the couch cushions, and the counter. Nothing. No, 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 she whispered. Tomorrow's badge check meant she had to find it. Missing a shift wasn't an option. She pulled up her porch cam footage, scrubbing through clips. Her phone call earlier, her mail stop, her walk up the steps with groceries in both arms. The wallet wasn't visible anywhere. Her breath thinned. She replayed her day in her mind. Grocery store, mailbox, park. Her heart sank. The park was massive. Still, she drove back and searched every path as the sky cooled. Benches, trash cans, picnic tables. Anywhere something could fall without a sound. Joggers and dog walkers rushed past, oblivious. With each loop, the park felt bigger, swallowing anything small and precious. After 20 frustrating minutes, she gave in. Shoulders heavy, she headed home, reached her porch, and her phone buzzed. Porch cam. Motion detected. She tapped the notification absently, then stopped cold. The thumbnail showed a silhouette. Small and stocky. Standing right under her porch light. And nudging something across the wood. Sophie leaned in so close her nose nearly brushed the screen. She scrubbed backward. A shape waddled into frame. Scruffy. Wide-eyed. Masked. The raccoon? She whispered, disbelieving. He climbed onto the porch like he'd rehearsed the route 100 times. Then, in one strange, deliberate motion, he reached into his mouth and dropped a rectangular object onto the boards. It hit with a sharp clack, sliding across the wood. The raccoon nudged it once, twice, pushing it closer to her front door. Then he sat back on his haunches, staring straight at the camera, still and waiting. Sophie's breath snagged. She zoomed in with trembling fingers. No mistaking the shape, the color, the worn leather corner. Her wallet. Her knees went weak. A raccoon had found it and carried it. Delivered it. She needed another angle. Something to confirm she hadn't hallucinated from stress. She dialed her neighbor. Cam, can you check your doorbell cam? Please. Something weird just happened. Minutes later, she stood inside his hallway as Cam scrubbed through footage on his TV. There. Look. The little bandit waddled into view. Sophie's wallet clutched like an overstuffed suitcase. He dragged it across the lawn, pausing every few steps to sniff the air, guarding it like treasure. Sophie's jaw dropped. That's the raccoon I fed at the park today, she whispered. Cam stared. Sophie. I think he knows you. She couldn't answer. Not yet. Cam switched to another camera angle. More footage loaded. At the Alder Ridge trash bin, the raccoon dug inside, hooked his paws around a slim leather shape, her wallet, and tugged it free, stumbling before adjusting his grip. Up a picnic table. Over a fence rail. Through Cam's flower bed. And finally, up Sophie's porch steps, nudging the wallet into the light like an offering. Her disbelief softened into something warm and aching. The next morning, Sophie retraced his path. Tiny paw prints trailed behind the houses. Drag marks streaked the soft dirt, and scattered gravel at the trash bin showed where he'd wrestled the wallet free. She pressed a hand to her mouth. "He remembered me," she murmured. "And he brought it home." Still rattled, she called the local animal control office, not to report the raccoon, but to make sure he wasn't injured or behaving strangely. Officer Ray Delgado arrived 20 minutes later. Broad-shouldered, steady-eyed, wearing a ranger jacket that looked like it had seen everything nature could throw at it. Sophie showed him the footage. Ray's eyebrows shot up. "Well, that's Patches. You know him?" "Oh sure," Ray chuckled. "Alder Ridge regular. Bold little fella. Smart. But polite for a raccoon." Sophie replayed the clip. Patches are dragging the wallet, nudging it under the porch light and sitting there like he understood the weight of what he'd done. Ray rubbed his chin. "Raccoons don't return items. They hoard. They stash. But this," he tapped the screen, "means he recognized something." "Recognized? Me?" Sophie whispered. Ray nodded. "If you fed him even once, he'll remember your scent. Your voice, your face. And if he found your wallet, he likely connected it to you. Raccoons don't forget kindness." The words hit deeper than she expected. She remembered Patch's trembling paws as he took food from her hand. The soft trust in his eyes. That evening, Sophie placed a small bowl of water and a handful of nuts on the porch, not as a bribe but as a thank you. Hours later, her phone buzzed again. Motion detected. She opened the feed and gasped. Patches sat on her porch. Not stealing. Not carrying anything. Sitting. Calm. Tail wrapped around his feet. Eyes bright in the porch light. Not asking. Not taking. Just being there. Sophie knelt beside the window. "Thank you, buddy," she whispered. He stayed long enough that she felt the message land, then slipped into the night. By morning, the clip had spread through the neighborhood chat. People gathered in her driveway to watch, laughing at first, then falling silent as Patches nudged the wallet into the light. "Wildlife doesn't do that," one neighbor whispered. But Patches had. Hundreds of comments poured in. Stories of found pets, smart wildlife, and people amazed by one raccoon's determination to return what mattered. Officer Ray returned later with an update. "Checked the woods behind the park," he said. "Patches is healthy and moving well. He's doing just fine." Relief settled in Sophie's heart like warm sand. Days passed quietly. No knocks. No dragging sounds. No surprises. Sophie figured the chapter had closed. Until one cool evening while she watered her porch plants, she heard a faint shuffle. She turned. Patches sat on the top step, framed in the porch light. No wallet. No trinkets. Just age. He blinked up at her, calm and unafraid. Then lifted one small pea. And tapped the porch wood onk. Soft and deliberate. A gesture, not a request. Before she could speak, Patches slipped back into the trees. Sophie's eyes stung, her laugh tangled with a quiet ache. He hadn't returned the wallet because he wanted something. That he'd done it because he remembered kindness. And in his own small way, he came back to say thank you.